Hi, this is Andy Matthews from MeepleMountain.com, and we are here at Gen Con 50 with Uli from Spielworxx, who's going to give us a little bit of information about some of their existing titles. Take it away. What can you tell us?
Yeah, first, thank you for this interview. It's much appreciated. We released a game by Stefan Risthaus called Gentes 3 weeks ago. Stefan did for us Orkrite before, which we licensed afterwards to Clay from Capstone Games here in the US. Gentes is a little bit of a lighter game, but still lighter compared to Orkrite, but it's still a medium to a heavy game. And we already sold out, so in these 3 weeks, you know, we only do 1,000 copies.
Okay.
But American customers can still get it, because when I'm saying it's sold out, it's only at the publisher level, and Fun Again, their copies are still on the boat.
Right.
So this is a game which has a very interesting, at least to my mind, timing mechanism, because each and every action you do, you have to take an action tile plus an hourglass or 2 hourglasses to your time track.
Okay.
So some of the smaller, lighter action do not cost as much time. So sometimes this can be much more effective, successful as taking the longer actions, because then you can do less actions.
Yeah.
So this is a really nice game. It's based in the ancient world, but it's definitely not a simulation type game. It's a game with some really nice innovative mechanisms.
Sounds really interesting. I know that one of our writers, Andrew, is really excited about it, so that's good to know. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Good to hear.
Yeah, what else can you tell us?
In October, so for Essen, we are releasing The Sense of Time by Jeff Warrender, a US author. This also civilization type game, but completely different focus. It's also a larger game, 2 to 5 player scales well for 2, 3, 4, or 5. Here the main mechanism is that each player has a card deck. And each turn you put face down 2 cards on the table, and of course selected before that, and then you play them in the order of your choice. Next turn, you normally, with some exceptions, you cannot use the cards that you already played in this generation, which is the next level above the turn. And this gives a really nice flavor and a really nice pace to the game, because you do not know what the others play, of course, after the first turn. You see, well, they have already built, will they build again? So this is also, in my opinion, a really typical Spielworxx game, so pretty meaty.
Love it, yeah.
And briefly, this is not Spielworxx, but you may know that I'm also doing games for Blackfyre, another German company, much larger than Spielworxx, but it's mainly a distributor, not so much a publisher. And we have for October a game called Kalima, and this has won the Hippodice competition in 2016, which is the most important European authors competition. And this one has a brilliant marketing mechanism. And this by Fabio Lopiano, who is an Italian, but he lives in London. So it's a German company, Italian author who's living in London. So really an international game. And I'm really, I agree, and I'm really excited about this game. So
that's really cool. What else can you tell us? Anything else?
Going back to Spielworxx for a second, next year I will do my first second edition of a game, so it's called Ground Floor. TMG published the game in 2012, but it was a very long game, a good game, but some rough edges. We hoped that in the second edition these rough edges aren't anymore. We've also tightened it. And for the first time, it will be available in German language as well.
Wow,
so it's
excellent.
First edition was just English. Our edition is English and German.
Okay. Will TMG be reissuing it as well?
No, it's exclusively Spielworxx.
Oh, excellent.
So that was a nice move, in my opinion, of course. And after that, we'll have games set in the early modern times in July. No titles so far. And in October, we'll have Captains of the Gulf, which is fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. Now you would think, wow, this is a really esoteric topic, but you know, We did also a game Colonie, which was just mining in a part of the Ruhr area. So Spielworxx, because of the limited print runs, we can touch topics that nobody else would do.
Right,
Because larger
makes total
companies
sense.
would probably say, well, Captains of the Gulf, no, this
Yeah.
isn't. But it's also mechanically, in my opinion, very nice game. So this is the time till late next year.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
No,
Yeah.
I appreciate it being able to talk about these games.
Excellent.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, thank you. This is Andy Matthews from Meeple Mountain, and if you would like more information about the games we talk about, check the description below. Thanks.
Thank you.